Story of my life was written with a pen on an old piece of paper.
Just in case. All right, Gene, we will go live after this song.
Have you ever been sitting in a chair somewhere, looking across the room, got caught in the center with a perfect girl? Have you ever just wanted to walk right up, stand there close enough that you can touch and say the perfect words? In a sweet split second of a lightning bolt, there's a new connection and off you go. You're song like you just had a double, song like you're about to fall. No, it wouldn't be no trouble to get so high you risk it all. Oh, you didn't got to get just a little risky, like your mind is blown. She's only got you stoned. It's the summertime rush and the moonshine going down the back of the road where it's nice and dark and you right. She's sitting right there up next to you, one little kiss and you come on moving like a it's a way too late to have life, but you're already buzzing. So like you just had a double, so like you're about to fall. No, it wouldn't be no trouble to get so high you risk it all.
I just took a couple of calls. I don't get the luxury of what I want. All right, Dean.
Sweet second of a lightning bolt, there's a new connection and on you go. You're so like you just had a double, so like you're about to fall. No, it wouldn't be no trouble to get so high you risk it all. So like you just had a double, so like you're about to fall. No, it wouldn't be no trouble to get so high you risk it all. Looks like your mind is blown. She's gonna got you stoned. Have you ever been sitting in a chair somewhere, looked across the room?
With Mr. Gene Reeves right here on the Texas Music Showcase. Mr. Gene, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty damn good.
No, you're not. Now you are. How about now? How are you doing now?
I'm doing pretty damn good.
That's much better, isn't it?
Now that my voice came through the PA.
I know, right? It was on like church nice quiet. I was like, Gene, speak up, man.
You know, sometimes it happens.
They set dang on mute button, man. I keep that on just in case you guys get out of control.
That's usually me.
It is always you.
Whenever I have too much sugar, especially.
Yeah, you don't need a whole lot of sugar. You don't consume a lot of that. The carbs are kind of non-existent, huh, these days?
Yeah, mostly just red meat these days. But I just had a cheeseburger from inside Goofy.
Oh, and chicken eggs too, right?
Yeah, chicken eggs, beef.
No little
raw liver.
You saw what I did there, right? Chickens. Yeah, what about them?
That's foreshadowing.
I am foreshadowing just a little bit, man. That's about all I'm good at. Why was that so quiet? I didn't even get a laugh out of that. Oh, dang, man. All right, well, let's play some music so we can get a pulse up in here.
I think they need some drugs.
They do. They need some drugs, man.
When in doubt, give them drugs.
That's it, man. That's all you can do.
All you want to do.
What do you got? What do you got in store for us today?
Well,
a guitar turned on.
There it is. Well, you know, this recent Friday, this past, my song Chicken Shack went live on digital platforms, and a week before that, hit all the Texas internet radio stations and a few other affiliates. I'm sure you've got some information on that I don't. Mm-hmm. He's got the lowdown, but I'm going to sing you guys a song I wrote about chickens. My chicken specifically. Welcome to the Chicken Shack. I'm glad you stopped on by. Got everything you need from legs, breast, and thighs. Oh, Martha, she runs the roost. Ain't no getting sly. Last old fox who came through here, well, he had to die. So fly, chicken, fly, lower than the sky. Won't you come on back, we're clucking good time. So fly, chicken, fly, lower than the sky. Bring your money back down to the Chicken Shack now. Cock-a-doodle-doo, how do you do? There's no time for small talk, these chicks are here for you. They know just what you like, they always get it right. These are some laying hens, they cluck all night. Fly, chicken, fly, low in the sky. Won't you come on back, we're clucking good time. So fly, chicken, fly, low in the sky. Bring your money back down to the Chicken Shack now. Squawking and balking around that hen house. Everyone has been through here, even the church mouse. Thank you for your business. I'm proud you got the witness. Daddy James Chicken Shack, I hope you found your mistress. Fly, chicken, fly, low in the sky. Won't you come on down for clucking good old time? Fly, chicken, fly, low in the sky. Bring your money back down to the Chicken Shack. Now let's get into it.
There you go. You got me at the end. I was muted when you cued me. I was in the middle of pulling some stuff up, man. And I don't have a team, so it's an army of one. You know how that is.
One man band, one man show.
Man, one man show, man. There's a lot to all this live streaming stuff that, you know, I never thought that I would ever get this far into stuff. I hated graphics. I couldn't even tell you the first thing about the difference between the front end and the back end, and now I'm developing and building them. So that's kind of crazy. And man, if there's anything that you want to learn out there, folks, I can tell you this much: just Google it and YouTube it and wade through the good and the bad information, and it's trial and error, and you can learn anything you want nowadays. It's true. It's very, very true.
And you just started your own distribution, huh?
I did. In fact, we're even though the Chicken Shack was already released, we're gonna run it through. Let me give you all an update on what's going on with that Artist X distro. We did our first beta test run on Gus Clark's new radio single, his debut radio single. Nice. Yeah, and I wanted to try that out with some of the S&G artists. I know Dusty Moats from Powerhouse has 4 or 5 that he's going to send out, and then Cynthia over at G289 has 2 or 3 that she's going to send out. But the first snag I ran into, and I was assured by the company that this would not happen, and I spent quite a bit of money, was emails getting blocked and not being sent because I had reached the daily quota for Gmail, and this was supposed to be an SMTP, which I know some of y'all don't know what that is, but it's kind of a way around all of that censorship to where you can bulk your actual contacts in your list without any kind of restrictions or limitations. And I found a company that did. I'm not going to mention them because they're trying to make it right now, so I don't want to blast them. They're at least trying to do the right thing, but it did delay that release. So if you're listening out there and you have not gotten that release yet of of Gus Clark's Me and My Machine, you'll get Gene's next week along with Jeff Smithhart's, and also I think we're going to go ahead and probably throw another one in the mix there from SMG, but I'm not sure yet, man. But yeah, the distro's going, but more importantly, there's a free speech social media platform that's attached to Artist X distro, and anybody is welcome to join there. Our memberships are only $1.99 a month. That price is locked in for a lifetime during our beta testing. That will go up when we're done doing all these beta tests. But this is just phase 1, so we have 3 more phases, 3 different software applications that'll be put out. This is just one of them. It was the first one I got finished that I completed the front and the back end on, so we'll see what happens, dude. I know that's all like not musical for you, but
that's cool stuff.
But it's musically related.
Yeah, and it definitely helps us as an artist to be able to just have another arm out there to be able to say, hey, what's up? We got Artist X out here in Canyon Lake, Texas.
Well, and here's the thing, man. I noticed going through my journey, there was never one software application that could really handle all of the needs that I have for all of my workflow, even as an artist, let alone behind this side of the desk. And everything's designed for like marketing agencies and hospitals and, you know, any car sales, any other industry you could think of out there, chicken eggs, you know, everything. But they don't have anything really specifically designed or set up that I've come across for musicians and industry professionals. So I'm developing, that's the last phase that'll roll out as an all-in-one tool. We're all in one place where you can get everything from your tracking and everything from all sources in one spot.
One-stop shop.
That's it, baby. You click a button and you're in your app and you can get all the data you need to do your weekly work. So what you got for us next?
Well, you know, we put this song out back in January, Sebby Music Group, and it was a big help. Hadn't put out any music in a long time when I put this song out. It's called We're Barely Hanging On. Went on down to see you just the other day. We sat by on your porch and said we're barely hanging on. You had yourself a newspaper, you read some miles of news. You said cover the blues because you're barely hanging on. Went on down to the police station, cast my weird vote. I slipped those folks a note that said, barely hanging on. The supermarket's empty and my pockets follow suit. You can't afford the fruit, you know you're barely hanging on. Kids have gone robbing, beating down the weekend. It's been one hell of a weekend, barely hanging on. And dear Lord Jesus, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you, please, because I'm barely hanging on. It's just a walk in the park. Went on down to see you just the other day. You sat up on your porch and said, barely hanging on. You had yourself a newspaper, you read tomorrow's news. You're sick of the blues because you're barely hanging on. It's been one hell of a weekend, we're barely hanging on.
Nicely done, my friend.
Thank you very much.
That was, that was a great song, dude. And actually, that was one of those ones that, my thought was when, we released Chicken Shack, that would be the one that would just like a boom, right? But actually, Barely Hanging On did really well, man, for a debut single, dude.
Yeah.
You did good with that one. Got on the charts and everything, man.
We were real pleased with that one. And
well, you got an actual release party this next Friday, right? You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Down at the River Rose Tavern this Friday. It'll be picking and singing. I might bring some chickens out. You never know. Celebrate some music and have a good time, drink some beer, and hang out with good friends.
That sounds like a good time. I'll be there for sure. And I know Chesapeake, Maryland's going to be joining me. That was
cool.
In Michael Anthony's video. She said she would come along for that little trip. So we will be there to support you, my friend.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. And, there's a rumor going around that there might be some chicken shit bingo. So.
Oh, bingo! Hey, the first time I ever participated in that, I won like $500, dude. Maybe
That's legit.
If you got it, I might need to do that.
Come on, get your gambling.
I'm just saying,
gambling fix.
That's it, man. Put a feather in your hat and make some money, honey. What else you got for us, buddy?
I got this song. It's called "I'm Coming Back to Town," and I hope you're still around. It came out in February.
Can I get a little less guitar?
Yeah, absolutely. That's an easy one.
All right. Goes like this. I live in my hometown many years ago. Oh, these summer streets made my heart go cold. My bones are rusty as nails. With my tormented, I will prevail.
Kid, I want you out now.
Cause I'm coming back to town, and I hope you're still around. When I get back to town, I'm gonna lay my body down and I'll rest a while. Yeah. When we first met, I was just a kid, enamored by all the things that you did. With all this time gone, I still think of you, but I regret not being true. Cause I'm back down, and I hope you're still around. When I get back to town, I'm gonna lay my ego down and apologize. I'm always waiting for some peace of mind, but all I do is wish you're still mine. When Judgment Day comes, gotta try far, but I'll end up right back to where you are every time. Cause I'm back to town, and I hope you're still around. When I get back to town, I'm gonna lay my body down right next to yours. Cause I'm back town, and I hope you're still around. When I get back to town, I'm gonna plant my seeds in the ground and watch them grow. Thank you.
Oh yeah, baby. So what else is going on, man? You got all kinds of excitement. Yeah, man. How's everything going at the fire department?
Home ass in the fire truck is like.
That's some good stuff,
You know, I
right?
was talking with Dusky last week, and he's like, "Man, you write me songs about the fire department." I was like,
I listened to that podcast, by the way.
"Yeah, every once in a while, you know, I write a song about the fire department." But he's like, "If you were to write a song about the fire department right now, what would you call it?" I was like, "Hauling ass in a fire truck."
There you go. Have you started on it?
I'm working on it.
You're good, dude. Yeah, we don't get to hear it tonight.
You know, no trade secrets. Man.
Oh, come on, man.
I actually did write a new song recently. Though.
Did you? Is it one you're willing to share?
We might share.
All right. Save it for later, man.
We'll see.
Continue us on your journey. This is your
All right.
show, man. I'm just hanging out with you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
This is the first song, the first single I ever released, and it's called "Same Shit, Different Day," just a little further down the line. It's an old country song. It's the story of my life. I've been in music brain so long, can't remember even as a boy. As light as a feather, was gone with the wind, but I never came back again. Even as a man, who might say I'm still kind, live a different way. I work real hard, but I take what I can get. That's right. It's the same old shit. Different days, I'm just a little further down the line. My adolescent years, kinda like blur. These days, people call me sir, but deep inside, I'm still that ratty kid. What, darling? Oh, it's the same old thing. Different days, I'm just a little further down the line. Now go sleep late, I'll go to work early and then listen to the words that they tell me. But still I'm blessed as I can be with what Mark said. It's the same old shit, different days. I'm just a little further down the line. It's the same old shit, different days. I'm just a little further down the line. Oh, that's basically the story of my life in a nutshell. Picking guitar,
Where are you?
fire truck.
Where are you? After the Friday thing, what else you got going on?
Oh man,
The release party over at the River Rose Tavern. What are you doing Saturday and Sunday?
I'm not sure. I know I got some gigs lined up. I got this website, and it keeps me in line, Reeves.com, and I just go on there and look at my schedule. Otherwise, I just kind of forget. I know it's probably not professional of me to say that, but
Well, no, at least you're being honest.
it's got too much going on.
Yeah. So, have you had a chance to do any co-writes or anything exciting here lately, or are you working on anything behind the scenes with any of the other artists that are out there, or what else are you like on your development side of things? What have you been doing? Because I know you haven't been stagnant. That's for sure.
Well, I've been playing the hell out of my guitar and just practicing a lot of flat pick and lead guitar playing and just trying to hone my craft and trying to get the band to sound nice and tight. And I'm really proud of my band. They've come a long way in a short amount of time and playing as much as we can around the area. And we're planning on getting back in the studio and recording some songs. But it all goes back to the funds portion of it, I think that stops everybody from achieving their dreams sometimes.
It can make it tough, that's for sure.
Well, it may not stop me, but it'll definitely slow me down. But no, last summer we recorded a pretty decent amount of songs, and we've just been trying to release them slowly this year. And I got a song coming out with Gus Clark singing harmony
That's what I was fishing for.
Out in November sometime. And he just got in the studio too, so you might see something from him.
Yeah, man. Actually, I got to preview all of his rep tracks, dude, and it is pretty phenomenal, man. What he's recorded, dude. He's got a ton of material. He's probably, with all of his previous material, especially just starting his radio stuff, I think he's pretty much covered for the next 5 years on radio releases.
That's solid.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, he did a lot of recording before he even got to this area.
Yeah.
So, and we're actually doing we're trying to do a fundraiser, I should say, here next Sunday for Gus, and it has proven to be one of the most difficult benefits or fundraisers I've ever put together. But I do know that Dwight Cox is going to play. I also know that Pug Johnson will be playing.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I wish I could make it. Actually, I'll be at the firehouse that day.
Brad Jinsky, I think, is coming out too, if I remember correctly. So it'll be fun as far as the musical side of it. I don't know what to expect. Like, I tried going around to local businesses and doing some stuff, and I had some friends working on it, and we just didn't get some of the silent auction things. We might need to just grab some chickens from my pen and bring them out here and let them poop on the floor and try to make some money that way.
Yeah, you put some chickens out there and you let somebody slaughter the chicken and they'll pay good money for that.
Oh, is that how it works? Yeah, I don't want them doing that to my layers. Come on, man.
You fry them up.
Can't take you anywhere.
Don't listen to me. This one's called Sunday Morning Drive. It's about when you wake up early on a Sunday morning and you hit the open road and there's nobody on the road because everybody's hungover in bed still. And mood stay one. We put this one out in March, I think. It was like this. Sunrise, woke by 7, rooster crows and dogs are barking. Turn that key, stop that drive on me, past that county line. Take a trip with me, you'll see. I don't mind the company. A little life starts with fun. Take my dreams out on the road. Sunday morning, drive on track. Please be you when I get back. For all I got, you can't be bought, my dear. Peace of mind took me so long to find. Take it fast, take it slow, but I guess you have to know some things just have to go. This good life never lasts for long. My eyes are open way too wide. Maybe I've just seen too much. While I'm gonna live to live, please don't let me be stuck in the middle. Sunday morning, drive on track. Please be here when I get back. For all I got, you can't be bought, my dear. Peace of mind took me so long to find. Oh, Lord have mercy, it's what I say. I just take it day by day. Never made a penny on the songs I play. Made it on the road, that's okay. Sunday morning, drive slow. And nights, no cars on the road. Hear the transmissions on the radio. That's my life in total control. Sunday morning, drive on track. Please be here when I get back. For all I got, you can't be bought, my dear. Peace of mind took me so long to find. Sunday morning drive, yo.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you very much. Just put that song out, but I made it up a few years back.
Just a few years, man. So it's a newer one of yours.
Yeah.
You have some really old stuff too, huh?
Yeah.
Even some stuff you haven't recorded yet.
Oh yeah. Got lots of that. Got more unrecorded than I have recorded.
That's usually the case. It's pretty expensive to get in that there studio, man, ain't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Where do you like to go when you're recording, for those that are listening out there looking for a decent place?
Well, you know, I've only been to the studio one time, professional studio. I did the home recording thing for a while and wasn't getting the results that I wanted, so I bit the bullet and said, you know what, professional sound is something you got to invest in. And I had some recommendations to a guy by the name of Pat Mansky at the Zone Recording Studio on Dripping Springs. And we got way more than a decent sounding recording. Tremendous guy to work with. And
he seems to work very well with your style and sound too, in the production quality and the mixing and everything.
He specializes in that kind of stuff. He's been with everybody from the Flatlanders to Robert Earl Keen and Peter Rowan and some of the Grateful Dead folks.
Very nice, yeah.
All kinds of people.
Yeah. So when you go back to the studio, I'm going to assume that's going to be your choice.
Probably, yeah.
Good.
Highly like it.
Well, I think it's working out right now for you, and if it's not fixed, don't break it, right?
Yeah, and you know, I mean, until then, I just got to focus on writing some quality songs. Try to keep the craft going, you know. Not stagnant, like you said.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it's a difficult thing when you're talking about, you know, everybody wants to write that hit song or write that perfect song, and I think sometimes we beat ourselves up and take away from the experience of actually just writing a song and not putting that pressure on us as songwriters that everything that we pen has to be for radio or for a hit or for whatever. It doesn't, man. It's also about, you know, scratching that inner beast too, and writing some songs for yourself and being true to yourself as an artist too.
Just having your own standards, you know, like some people strive for like trying to get the next radio hit or whatever. I don't know. I just tried to write a good song, to tell a good story, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, it can get very convoluted, man. If you don't keep it simple like that, can it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that ain't no fun. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm curious to see what you got up your sleeve on this next one.
Well, you know, Mark, this is one of the first songs I ever wrote. It's probably in the top 5 songs that I wrote. For sure, top 10 songs that I ever wrote. And it's a little ditty about a white trash love story. And it takes place not too far from here, and it's based off of a true story. So, if you like stories like that, it goes like this. It's called White Picket Dreams. I got a telltale black man I know. I don't remember his name, but let's call him Joe. He was born in the land of the Alamo. He went off to fight and died in the war. When he came back, he was all alone. His daddy went to prison and his mama left town. Lone Star beer, which goes down at VFW post where it can be found. It's the VFW post with the big old tank. White picket dreams, that's all we ever wanted. White picket dreams. Well, Joe got a job and he works real late. Met a little girl and just pure fate. He applied for a place with his bill on. Quarter acre lot and a mobile home. 5'2", Mary was her name. She had big fake titties, a tiny little frame. Always pissed off. Joe was to blame, well, she looked real good, but she had no brain. She was kind of dumb in his face. Oh, no, I picket dreams for Joe and Mary White. Picket dreams. Well, Joe calls Dad on the phone, said, got me gal, that nice little home. One wife, her, make her my own. She's kind of crazy, but her dad, she wrong. But don't do it, son. Your mama got me here. Take my advice while you still can. The marriage won't last. It ain't meant to be. Joe ignored his dad, despite his every plea. Never ignore Dad. Oh no, I picket dreams for Joe and Mary White. Picket dreams. Well, forget the chapel, they saw the JP, a couple camouflage shirts, my Jimmy B. Do you take me to be the old lady wife? You better do it, wouldn't think twice. Do you take Joe to be the old lady man? Do, and that's the damn plan. They signed in the paper, read damn fast in the dear lease, honeymoon went down in flash. They want to go get some white-tailed deer on that honeymoon, Mark. Oh, yeah, white picket dreams, Joe and Mary White picket Well, honeymoon's over, sparkling away. You can hear her yelling any given day. Don't you know, son, that it just won't last? Those were the words that echo from the past. They had one more fight. She really didn't, cause she had no more pills or plenty gasoline. So Joe got out from his late night shift. Little did he know about her great gift. What's happening next? That's called foreshadowing. White picket dream, Jewel Mary white picket dreams. Will fire engine one showed up on the scene and was roaring by the fire. There was his dream. Joe got home. Just around to his wife Bird's place. What should he do? He tried to call, but she couldn't be found. She got pulled over. Mexico bound. Flight going 80 into 65 before the trooper even asked. She confessed to it all. White picket dreams, Jordan Mary white picket dreams. Now the moral of the story, kids, never get married to that crazy girl you're not to marry. Don't be stupid and go against better judgment. One more time. White picket dreams, Jordan Mary white picket dreams. That's all we ever wanted, white picket dreams. White picket dreams. For you and me and Mark and Christy and Serena and Chuck and Jamie and Julio. Thank you very much. That's based on a true story.
3 chords and the truth.
That's it. Not if you're counting that 7 chord that I threw in there.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Yeah. You just had to be different, didn't you?
Yeah. And the cat.
He couldn't be happy with 3 chords in the truth. He had to add that 7th in there just to.
Yeah, that 7 chord, it adds a little hostility.
Look at that. I'm seeing old Jimmy over there, man. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. He's gonna get under fire. I miss having to censor my mouth on phone calls. Yeah. Use your Uncle Mark voice. Matthew's in the car. I have no Uncle Mark voice. Y'all learn that.
Mark is a vulgar man.
Yeah, I am very vulgar. A vulgar display of power. Speaking of which, if you ever have children, Gene, don't ever put me on speakerphone.
They need to get exposed to the truth there.
Well, they'll definitely get that with Uncle Mark. You just probably don't want it until they're at least 10 or 11, I would think, I don't know. Maybe you get a different way of parenting, and we'll start them out nice and young at 6 months with a little Uncle Markism.
Keep them sheltered away from Uncle Mark.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shelter your children from the truth, folks. That's going to help them, let me tell you. Not. That's why. Once again, hey, real quick, a nice shout out to our sponsors. I'd like to thank Texas Select Beverage Company for being a show sponsor for over 2.5 years now. Also, the Texas Internet Radio Association and Artist X have jumped on board in supporting the podcast. If you would like to be a sponsor of the show, just send us a nice little message on Facebook or wherever you can find us at. If you can't find us, you're not Googling it, right? Right? It's everywhere.
Now a word from our sponsor.
That's right. Gene Reeves.
You mind if I do a cover?
No, dude. This is your show. You do your thing.
I'm a real big fan of bluegrass music, and I think I got into bluegrass music when I was a little kid, and we were watching reruns of the Beverly Hillbillies with Flat and Scruggs singing the theme song. You know the song? Well, this is a song by Flat and Scruggs, sponsored by Martha White. Goes like this. Rolling my sweet baby's arms, rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the train come back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. I ain't gonna work on the railroad. I ain't gonna work on the farm. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the train come back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. And will you last Friday night while I was lying in jail? You were walking the streets with another man. You wouldn't even go miles there. So rolling my sweet baby's arms, rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna go around the shack till my train come back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. I know your parents don't like me. They turn me away from your door. If I had my life to live over again, I wouldn't go back there anymore. So rolling my sweet baby's arms, rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna lay around the shack till my train come back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Thank you. An old bluegrass song. My inspiration for life.
Well, let's take them out with two more. Gene, I'm gonna let you pick the two that you want to finish it off with. And where can people find your music at?
You guys can find me anywhere music's found. Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, OnlyFans, YouTube.
I bet you do have an OnlyFans page. He's hiding it from the world, yeah.
You know, there's inflation, and you know, guys got to make some money.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I'll remember that. I'll inflate everything.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. I need to do it.
I didn't say there were naked pictures of me on there, Mark.
Oh, man. Dang it, dude. I was fixing to start a new kind of campaign that we can make some real money on. I'm just saying, man. I've been a radio promoter. I've been a music promoter. I've been all kinds of promotions. I ain't done porno promotion yet, but there's a first time for everything.
All right. Well, I'm going to sing a song I made up about, it's actually about a true story. These two brothers that I knew, they were twins, and they got into train hopping. It's kind of a dangerous lifestyle, and one of them ended up falling off the train. The other one ended up overdosing about a year later. It was called Little Prayer. You wonder where a man is going. Way back, take a look at the place he's been. Never judge a book before you've learned it. Some folks out there will try to burn it. Say a little pray for the ones you know. Say a little pray for the ones you don't. Sing a little song every time you can, 'cause you never know when your time is done. for a train ride. Live the kind of life and you never look back. One cruel night he fell out of a boxcar. So I guess he gave his life to the railroad tracks. Say a little prayer for the ones you know. Say a little prayer for the ones you don't. Sing a little song every time you can, 'cause you never know when your time is done. We used to hang down on Avenue B, breaking windows at the factory. We used to raise hell down at rock bottom. They left that place just like Sodom. Say a little prayer for the ones you know. Say a little prayer for the ones you don't. Sing a little song every time you can, 'cause you never know when your time is done. Thank you.
Hey, I did have a question from your trip up to another lake, man. You know, because you've been around Canyon Lake for a while. I know you've seen other lakes, oceans, all that good stuff. What was Eagle Lake like, man? Did you get to see the lake, or no? You didn't have time, or no?
I didn't see it. I saw right there by the lake house, real nice, a lot of nice boats out there. But
Yeah,
I didn't
was
get
it
to actually
was it pretty water? Could you tell, or?
there's no place like home. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah, I believe that. I think the closest one I've seen in my experience has been Ivy, which they actually, and it's ironic, Ivy got turned from a recreational lake into a fishing lake. And that's what they're doing here at Canyon Lake. For those that don't know it, they're tired of the tourists coming into town. It's bad enough we have whitewater. I mean, you should listen to the police scanner alone and how much staff they have to put out in Comal County just for one of those concerts. It's ridiculous, dude. It's all weekend long. You can hear it. Oh yeah, they're like off duty, on duty, off duty, on duty, and there's like 5 million of them. It's like there's like 30 cops for a concert, but where are they the rest of the time? Yeah, and during the summer we have extra cops on duty and everything like that. And thank you for the law enforcement officers that are out there doing their thing. That's not a knock on you. It's just like I understand why they want this to become a fishing lake now. So what they did was they put a bunch of this grass. I can't remember what it's called, so I'm not going to say a name and be wrong. But Keith over at the bait shop over at Stickman's was telling me about how they're doing this, and they are seeding it 100% to detour the tourists because that grass gets in the boat motors and clogs up the jet skis. And so it deters them from coming, and they want this to be a fishing lake, which I'm totally for, because this place has not been the same since I moved here 16 years ago. It's getting way too big.
Yeah, we're like the second cleanest lake in the state, so.
Not for long if we can keep it up.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying, yeah. I was just curious if you got to take a look at their mighty lake there. Dusty brags about it all the time. Dusty, if you're watching, I might take a trip up there and compare.
Yeah, we'll take a hill country trip up there. We'll all just load up in a van and go.
Dude, that'd be fun. I need something like that in my life. Let's do it.
We'll crash on Dusty's couch.
Yes. Dusty, open up the doors. We're coming. Coming in hot. We'll have a group of 50 with us. Make room.
At least half of us don't drink anymore, so we won't like puke on your couch.
Yeah, man. Or do other things.
We might like mow your grass. Like,
yeah. And cook you something.
Yeah, cook you some good firehouse food.
See, that's it. Yeah, you are on that. You're on that sobriety thing, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Since January, right? Just decided that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a drinking problem by any stretch of the imagination, but I woke up on New Year's, I guess, and decided I didn't want to drink anymore. So
good for you, dude.
Clear-headed now, you know.
Yeah, man. You got a lot of work to do, right?
Yeah, you know, this is crazy, but
that's it. Well, what you gonna finish us off with? And then we have Mr. Chuck Wimer. So we're gonna take that little 10-minute or so break, and then we will be back live here from Goofy's. What you gonna finish off with, Gene?
This is a song I put out a few years back, and then I took it off anywhere streaming. But you can still watch the music video on YouTube if you like videos. And this one's about the Alpine train station. It goes like this. Flash to the land where the sun sets slow. Time lasts forever. The stars seem to know everything is gathered in its wide expanse. Nothing ever happens to a man by chance. Everything's gone like a runaway son who's gone off of the rails at the Alpine train station. An old cowboy walks in at the penny diner, smells black coffee and bacon on the fryer, checkerboard floors, shiny steel walls, really cozy past, and walking down the hall. Everything's gone like a runaway son who's gone for the rails at the Alpine train station. The Apple Creek cottage right off the main drag. A bottle of tequila from a brown paper bag. My boots tap the floor like a big old bass drum. And everything stops. Music was created. Stay for one night, we head south the next morning to escape from it all. For my heart beating down a trail of dust, I end up on a hill. I see my soul transcend into something real. Get on that train, y'all. Everything's gone like a runaway son who's gone for the rails at the Alpine train station. Thank you. God bless you guys.
Y'all make some noise for Mr. Gene Reeves. And don't forget, call your local and your internet radio stations and request Chicken Shack. And if you're in the Canyon Lake area next Friday, come hang out with us at the River Rose Tavern, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Are you ready for a good time?
I'm ready.
Good, man.
I'm bringing my favorite chicken. She's got one eye.
One-eyed chicken, man. What happened with that? I want to hear this story.
I don't know. I just came out to the coop one day and her eye was like glossed over, cataract.
Oh, wow.
So she really has two eyes, but one eye is just like blind.
Yeah, well, they got some kind of like a natural medicine that you can supposedly cures cataracts. I don't know if you know anything about that stuff.
No idea.
Yeah, man. It's just some natural stuff. That
I just figured I'd let nature run its course.
Yeah.
I lost a guinea last week.
Speaking of which, I wanted to thank you for the mighty fine cigar. What kind of cigar is this right here?
That's an Isla del Sol.
Tell me a little bit about this. Gene always shares great cigars with me. So before we take this quick break and make the transition, I'm going to let him talk to you about this particular one.
I think it's by Drew Estate. It's kind of like a Sweet Jane, but call it proper cigar tobacco instead of pipe tobacco in it.
Nice.
It's got a little bit of a sweet wrapper, but it's a legit smoke.
Well, cool, man. I can't wait to enjoy it with you here a little bit later, man.
Sounds good, brother.
All right.
For Chuck Wimer.
Yeah, man. We will catch you next time, brother. And thank you so much for coming out and doing the show.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I got t-shirts for sale, too.
Oh, you forgot to say anything about that. How much are they? 5 million?
Don't let the grass grow deep on my feet. Take my phone is the best of me. They say I'm a real go-getter. Situation. But this time I'm not sure. I lived up to my reputation. I did not go-getter. Couldn't drive around my life and not just let I know a million things right now I should have done better. If I stayed going, why didn't I go like my legs were paralyzed from a shock of it all. With a deer until I stared at the soul, let her get gone. Was the single thing I could think to say or never stop goodbye. I'm not made up, now the only thought in my mind. Go get her, why didn't I go get her? Couldn't drive her out of my life and I just let her. No man things right now I should have done better. If I stayed on it, why didn't I go get her? Go get her, go.
Chuck, you ready for a sound check?
One, two, three. Okay, there it is. Look at that. Big boy voice.
Some damn EV mics, man.
I know, right? That's what you got.
I saw it.
Okay. Oh, I said a little prayer tonight. Oh, I can always see as I came walking past the drivers and the locals on the Union Way. I asked them, good Lord, up in heaven, let me treat the music right. And I pray that Canyon Lake goes wild tonight.
There you
He
go.
said, ooh.
Let's hear that get fiddle.
Okay. Can you grab that capo out there? Good luck. It's going to be buried in the shower.
All right, do a verse for me real quick or a chorus or something.
This old highway's getting longer. Seems there ain't no end inside. Sleep would be best, but I just can't afford the rest. Gotta ride different tomorrow night. And the wild line's getting longer, and the saddle's getting cold. And I'm much too young to fit this saddle.
All right.
You all right?
I think I'm good. Are you good?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Well, hey, you know what the cool thing is?
What's that?
We're going to find out.
We are going to find out. Yes,
So we're going to find out. Hey, y'all, welcome Chuck Wimer up to the stage. We are back here live from Goofy's Bar and Grill. Some of y'all got to hear our little sound chickadee chick, and some of y'all did not. So for those that didn't, I'm so very, very sorry if you did not get to hear Chucky's samba check. 1, 2, samba check. Yeah. Did you hear it, Chuck?
Oh, I heard it. We're a little bit chipper right there.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
little,
okay. You're
little hot, coming in hot.
I know you'll square that away. You always do.
I got it squared right there. It's just while we're talking, then when you start singing, I'll have to turn it back up. Watch. I can almost guarantee that's how it's going.
How about this? I'll back up when I talk, and then maybe that'll help.
Hey, man, you never know, dude. Sometimes that's that can help, and there's a couple other things. Speaker placement, you know, dude.
Okay. Oh yeah. How you been, man?
I have been absolutely busy as hell. How about you?
Oh, it's about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running up and down the road, acting like chickens with their heads cut off.
Oh yeah, you can run it down the road.
Jumping in anywhere they let us, where they open the door for us.
Well, I mean, there's that too, right?
Yes, sir. Taking the band in, burn the place down, run away.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, man. What's been going on besides that? I mean, new and exciting.
Well, shoot, man, we're on the 2-year plan now. We ended up paying off all of our cars, and so now we're at the point where we're looking to see if in about 2 years we pay off the house, and then I can turn this thing into just a full time, not having to have another full time job, just doing this all by itself.
Man, that's the dream, and it is doable.
Yeah, we're close. We're so close. It's like you can taste it. You just now you got to go into the day job, and you're just like, all right, I have to work because we're not there yet. But you know, sometimes you're just like, do I?
I know, man, but you know, just stay with the course, dude. You know, the hard work pays off. Supposedly, that's what they keep telling me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, well, you know, I got my Mega Millions ticket, so next week I'll be a millionaire.
Well, good. When you get it, don't forget about old Uncle Mark. And that was funny, man. We were talking. I think I don't know Matthew's still here. He's on the way back now.
Yeah, he's chilling back there.
I haven't got to see Matthew in quite some time. It's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, he's tearing it up too. He last year he has a backup quarterback for his team for the school, and he was playing wide receiver as well. And now he managed to be out there for all the preseason stuff, you know, the weight room and all that, and getting being there for the spring or summer practices. And his director, he's got a new athletic director that just came into the school, which awesome dude, man of faith. And we had to do a parent team meeting, and that was one of the things that stood out to us. He's like, we're building a foundation of faith, and that's like church is an acceptable reason to miss practice, but babysitting your kid's sister is not. So we were like, all right, that's cool. We like that. But Matthew was walking by one day going into the weight room. He was going to work out, and the athletic director asked the coach. He said, hey, who's this? Who's he? He's trying to figure out who all these kids are. And he said, oh, that's your 8th grade quarterback right there. So he's going to be the starting quarterback for his 8th grade team, and he's going to be starting safety as well.
Nice, dude. Yeah. Congratulations, Bubba, on your hard work there paying off for you, sir. And it's good, again, good to see you. It's been a hot minute, and I know you miss our conversations on the telephone. So we'll definitely have to have Mom and Dad give a buzz in when you're in the car sometime so you can relive your past. We were joking about that earlier. Uncle Mark does not have a filter.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs, yeah. I've got mine on. I need to buy him a pair of these.
He's got his back there.
Okay. Oh, it's Uncle Mark. Yeah. Let me plug this in real quick. Yeah. So, you got a brand new song out to radio that you've just released here recently?
Yeah, we just put out the Dive Bar, and it's kind of funny. That song started off as it was going to be called Bonfire. And back when we wrote this one back when my dad was still in the band, and he was still playing lead for us. And I put it out there in our little band group chat, and he said, "Yeah, that's kind of low hanging fruit. That's a Nashville song right there, more of a kind of just the bonfire, hanging out, twerking, all that kind of stuff." And he was like, "Yeah, that's not you. You can do better." And I said, "Yeah, I probably can." So we never did anything with that song, and I took it into Mac, and of course, you know Mac Damon, Grammy Award-winning producer out there in Lotus. Took it into him, and he said, "Hey, what if we change it over to Dive Bar? Because everybody goes to a dive bar. Everybody's got a dive bar they love." I said, "Okay." So we were up in Odessa. Me and Thomas, we sat down and we rewrote the verses on it, and we turned it into a bar scene instead of hanging out at a bonfire, getting drunk as a underage teenager or whatever. And we loved it. We thought it was great. We found a way that we were able to use it as the opener. Whenever we're opening for somebody, we get to basically target them in the first verse, and then we also get to target whoever our bartender is at the time. So we get to it's a crowd pleaser, right from the jump.
Nice.
Yeah, and it went over like gangbusters last night. It was great.
Cool, man. Very cool. How's the band doing?
Man, they're getting tight. I know you got to come out and see us when in the early phases, but you remember Scott Rosen? He used to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
He's my drummer now. And
excellent drummer.
My guys they're so tight. We've been running the same 3-hour set for a little bit, and they're real clean on it. They're very, very few mistakes anymore. You never notice. And we started priding ourselves in one of the things that I kind of bothers me a little bit is when you see a band who's always trying to figure out what the next song is. They stop it between songs and they're like, all right, let's do this song and whatever.
Right. Man, that's all what we're talking about, development, dude. And it takes time, dude. It doesn't happen overnight, man.
Yeah, and so what we've been trying to do is basically model our shows after like Chad Cook and Kinfo and Scotty and all those guys. You know, we want to put on a show. We don't want to just go out there and play music. You know, because we can sit there and play music around a campfire. We can invite all our friends out and just play whatever song somebody calls out. But what we want to do is we want to put on a show. We want to have the best show that we can put on, and we want to have an experience for people. So that's what we've been doing now.
Cool, man. I'm glad to hear it, and I'm glad you got Scotty. Now, I got Scotty back when both he and I both had a lot more rock than we had country.
Yeah. Well, so we where were we at? We were in Dallas. We were in Dallas, coming back from Dallas, right? And Scott took over the van speakers, and basically he played all of your songs from way back when. And he was like, "Yeah, let me show you what Mark was working with." And damn, you're a hell of a lead player, man.
I don't know about that. Dude.
You're a hell of a lead player.
I don't think so at all. In fact, that's something that I hear more recently. Since I'm not on stage performing, I have been working on a lot more our scales and different chord progressions and some different styles of music and learning some different techniques and everything, because I put my guitar down for about 7-8 months. And when I picked it back up, I was so freaking rusty, Chuck.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, and I was like, never again.
It ain't riding a bike. Like, it's one of those things you have to stay practiced with. But, when I was listening to all your stuff, I was like, yeah, I mean, you could hear the flavor that you like to use. Like, there's always something that everybody likes to go back to.
A bit more alternative. Yeah, it's more alternative rock type of stuff.
And then even after you and that band kind of went your separate ways and you guys went and started doing other things, and you could still hear the influence from what you were doing before on what was going on after. So it was pretty cool to be able to go back and listen to some of your stuff and be like, oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, a little bit of roots, man. That was with Jeff Keith Bay, who was the former frontman of Redneck Jedi.
Yep.
Don't you remember Dennis Phillips and those guys?
That's a cool name.
Yeah, well, and I mean, like we did some stuff for him and his new band, if you remember Patriot Road.
Mm-hmm.
We did a release for them. That's Dennis Phillips' band. Fortunately, his wife has passed on. So, Dennis, my thoughts and prayers out to you and your family in the loss of Teresa. She was a big, huge part of everything. And that Dennis actually taught me about booking and the backside of the industry. Yeah. That's running with that band and Carlton Pride, Charlie Pride's son, and Zion for all those years, and doing management for them and booking shows and stuff like that is where I kind of learned this back end side of things.
Yeah.
And got my radio experience and everything else. Being assistant PD for KDOL in Lake Livingston for a few minutes there, as it were. And the cool thing was is I never had to go to Lake Livingston. I did everything remotely here from Canyon Lake.
Yeah. The technology is amazing.
And I mean, that was the early stages of all this. We didn't have the StreamYards like we're using now, and it wasn't so much about the TV stuff, that you could do a lot on the radio side of things.
Which, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for pointing me over to StreamYard, because
they're awesome.
I had our buddy Mikey Good was just a guest on our podcast, and we used StreamYard for that. That ended up coming out pretty clean, so he'll be up on Wednesdays.
You were using a different service before, right?
Yeah, we were looking at Riverside FM or something like that, but I hadn't really done anything with it. And
like for your streaming service?
Yeah, it was just so we would have somebody be able to call in.
I got you.
Yeah, StreamYard is
I can show you a workaround. I can show you a workaround for that.
Workaround for what's that?
You want to be able to have people call in?
Oh, no. We don't want to do that.
You do not want to.
No.
If you ever do, there's a thing called Call-In Studio.
Uh-huh.
And it is a web-based application that you can tag into your StreamYard and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having a hard enough time just keeping one guest. So I don't need to have random ones.
You'll get to the point where you want that challenge, and then you'll probably back out of it like I did. I had the Call-In Studio thing, and the problem was it's not cheap, right? So you have all this, and then you don't have people call in, so you just wasted $100 on one episode.
Right.
For nothing, And I mean, like, they only charge you for what you use, but what I'm trying to say is, you bought $100 worth of credits, so you were prepared for the show.
Yeah.
And then you didn't have as many guests as you thought. So now you've got these credits that are going to sit there until you actually have one of those shows that works out. Another quicker, easier fix that'll give you a great piece of equipment too, instead of using web-based, you can always buy one of the new Roadcasters.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you right now, They've got a Bluetooth button that links to your cell phone, and you can take one call at a time, which is the best way to do it. So that is actually my recommendation if you don't need a multiple call in line, and you make people wait and take their turns.
I like that. And I'll have to get with you offline about that one because we're right now it's just the one guest, and then they can send in their stuff on chat. So I've got it set up so I can do 3 different sites. We use I think Facebook and YouTube, and then we bounce back and forth between Twitch or Twitter, and then people can whoever they're following is strongest. I'm like, all right, which one do you use more? And then we'll put it up that way. That way they can have their friends go watch the video while we're doing it live, and then we rip that down, and then on Wednesday it just goes out to streaming for Spotify.
What's a cool thing about StreamYard is you have that back end tool where you can go in there and you can even edit in there. It's not the best editor for video. But it'll at least trim it up to where you can take it to a separate editor of your choice, and you can chop it up even more and fix it up there.
Yeah.
And I usually I pull segments and put them into Canva. There's a limit on how much you can do, so you got to break it into smaller chunks. And I use a Canva because it's got a pretty decent video editor if you're working in smaller segments. If you're trying to do something big, there's other programs that are way better. But if you're doing it, in like 10-minute chunks at a time or whatever, 15-minute chunks, you can usually get everything done through Canva and StreamYard.
Yeah, I take it over at so if they watch it live, they get to see the video, and then that stays up for maybe 1 or 2 days, maybe 3, depending on how much I procrastinate it, and then I just put it up as audio, and then I'll just throw it into Reaper for audio. That way I can get rid of some of the background. The background noises and stuff, air conditioners or whatever when they turn on, which for the most part, StreamYard's got its echo cancellation in room.
And the new feature for the background noise too. But that was not around when I first started using StreamYard.
Yeah.
And neither was the echo cancellation. Was a brand new feature that launched 2 weeks after I signed up for it. So
yeah, helps out a lot, and it's fairly reasonable in pricing, and we're able to move the podcast along with that. So we're happy to do that. Of course, podcast Whiskey Texas and you, the Wiki Wednesdays, and
Yeah, I'm glad to see you're still doing the podcast. It's a nice little thing. I think it's a good piece. I think it's something that a lot of musicians that are wanting to do this professionally should have one. For whatever reason, I think it's an opportunity for you to kind of showcase yourself if you're doing it the right way and be real with your fans and with your audience. And I think it's a great way to personally connect and let them know a little bit about who you are really.
Yeah, and we bring our guests on, we talk about them, whatever it is they want to talk about, and then if it's a week we don't have a guest, or if I just don't have time to bring a guest in, and it's usually me and Jamie, and we just talk about the business itself, whether it's you got to focus on merch, or you got to focus on building relationships and stuff like that. So basically, all the stuff that you taught us while you're a promoter, we basically go through that list of things of, hey, these are the things you need to do if you want to be successful.
You got to do them, and you got to keep doing them, and that's the hardest part is being consistent. But the consistency is where you get the mastery.
Yeah, and that's where the relationship continues to build. It continues to solidify, and you go from being somebody they know to a friend.
There you go, and that's the connection you want, man. Because they're gonna, if they really, really, really love what you're doing and buying into what you do. You'll see the seats start filling up. You'll see the merch going crazy, and the next thing you know, then the next level comes, and that's what everybody's looking for.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. What you got for us tonight? I'm ready to hear some music.
Yeah, I know. What did we do? We did like the first 15 minutes of just talking.
Hey man, we got the interview out of the way. I'm gonna make you work now.
This is the problem whenever I go out to go see anybody, any of the radio stations. I go out there and we just talk about everything but music. It's I don't know. It's just too much fun having conversations with people. That's kind of why I got into this thing. Let's see. I guess we'll just do that song that you were talking about earlier. This is the one we got on the radio right now. It's a song all about favorite places to play. It's called That Bar.
Was right here running down another Friday night, taking cover underneath these smoking neon lights. Tracy's back behind the bar, but it gets drinks and go. Cause the dance floor's still in fashion, you don't want to miss the show. High class rooftop joint downtown just ain't the place for me. A corner bar with redneck songs is where I wanna be. I see familiar faces every time I come around. Swing months come on out, yeah, you know they're about to get live. Sound on that kick drum, it gets hearts and rhythm. Diamonds on that six string which I was up there with. Sliding down the bass, steel guitar, out here at our dive bar. Oh, place I sing out loud old Hank Williams song. Happens every time, that my 10 pours and strong. Won't do nobody wrong. Jambalaya just came on, yeah, you know it won't take long. To the list, come to burn, I'll sing and dance with all them friends. 5 more shots and shine a back till the lights come on again. Boots and heels and laughter short and make a pretty sound. When they hit that hardwood floor, yeah, you know they're about to get down. Sounding on that kick drum, it gets hearts and rhythm. Diamonds on that six string which I was up there with. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar, out here at our dive bar. May not seem like much, but it's my favorite place to be. A redneck bathroom amongst the South Sea. Sound on that kick drum, it gets hearts and rhythm. Diamonds on that six string which I was up there with. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar. They keep sounding on that kick drum, it gets hearts and rhythm. Diamonds on that six string which I was up there with. Sliding down the bass and steel guitar. Where we all belong is where we are, out here at a dive bar. At a dive bar.
Oh, I love that bar. Good thing we talked a whole bunch in the beginning. I'm forgetting the words of my own songs. So I was talking about, I love how Mark does this. I was talking about how we wrote this one up, or that one up in Odessa, and on our way back from Odessa, we ran out of gas, y'all. We were coming back from Odessa heading to San Antonio, and we were about 10 miles outside of Kerrville, and we were in a rental vehicle, so we figured we had just a little bit more. And yeah, sure enough, about 10 miles out of Kerrville, we ran out of gas, and as any good songwriter, kind of had to write a song about it. And my drummer, he kept on reminding me, he's like, hey, you should probably write a song about this. And I was like, yeah, probably. And we were watching troopers drive by, and he's like, you know, you should probably write a song about this. And I said, well, shoot, Scott, I guess I'll just write a song about this. And I did. And this one will be on the new album. It'll be coming out here before too long. It's called 10 Miles to Kerrville.
Sitting on the roadside, watching trucks ride by. We were making good time, gas in a flat line, heading back in West Texas on Interstate 10. Eating gas and Charlie just to get us on the road again. We were running down the road, cruising 80 miles an hour, trying to make it to the hotel so we could get a shower. No one expected to have to do somewhere to lie. 10 miles out of Kerrville, there's no gas station inside. Just some buddies in a van, pound body in a van from a base on San Antonio. No one looking at the gates, we were talking about states, trying to make it to the next big show. When you're driving in Texas, pay attention to the exits when there's 35 miles to go. You might wind up on the drive, watch the troopers pass you by, track and let it down an empty road. We were sitting there waiting while the miles were contemplating how this never happened to us before. Tired and knowing that I could have been avoided with just one piece of more. Soon enough we let it pass the seat, showed up with the gas, I was chewing up the miles again. Cruising down the road, singing to the radio about a party that never rained. Just some buddies in a band, five bodies in a band from a place on San Antonio. No one looking at the gates, we were talking about stage, trying to make it to the next big show. When you're driving in Texas, pay attention to the exits where there's 35 miles to go. You might wind up behind dry, watching troopers passing by, track and living down an empty road. Just some buddies in a band, high bodies in a band from a place on San Antonio. No one looking at the gates, we were talking about the stage, trying to make it to the next big show. When you're driving in Texas, pay attention to the exits when there's 35 miles to go. You don't want to keep waiting, everybody hesitating, cause you didn't have sense to know. You might wind up high and dry, watching troopers passing by, tracking leather down an empty road.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. See, it's not always bad when you run out of gas. Sometimes you get a song out of it. True story, much like the Wet Picket Fences song. Gene Reeves did a heck of a job, man. I like that stuff. He's got that old classic, that classic sound to him. How you doing, friend? You look familiar. I think you've been here one or two times when I've been out here. Oh yeah, thank you, Goofies, for having us out. Mark, appreciate you having me out here again. Had a song we put out on the last radio release, and still one of the favorites that we have is still being played by a lot of stations, so we're real happy with that. We appreciate all the support. It's about looking back and realizing that you've done things right, that things okay. And for guys, I know if you guys are anything like me, you kind of sit there and you think about it the whole time. We don't share it with nobody, but we think about it all the time. It's like, am I doing enough for my family? Am I giving them the right example? Am I teaching them? Am I providing for them? Am I doing the things I'm supposed to do? And then when you get toward, well, I never got to the end yet. Obviously, I'm still here. But when you get to a certain point, you're like, well, I guess I did it right. So this song is called One More Day.
I miss that old dirt road, driving way too fast. Getting up that dust on my way back home, wish those times would last. It's coming home when the day was done. Mama in the kitchen cooking dinner, can I bring some more? Sitting on the back porch watching the sun go down. Back before city, living in my hometown. Times are changing way too fast. I keep on living, watching my life go past. Raising a family, and I'm on my knees to pray. I thank God give me one more day. I've got a loving wife, 3 great kids, not a worry in the world to trouble my mind with. Got a steady job, and I got my head. Talk to mom and dad, glad they're doing well. Nothing like looking back to remind me how I changed. Standing in the here and now, I can see how much I've gained. Times are changing way too fast. Keep on living, watching my life blow past. Raising a family, and then I'm on my knees to pray. Thank God, give me one more day. Can't go back and fix the mistakes I made. But sometimes I wish I could. All my goals have one trick stay late.
take a chance on missing a life this. Times are changing, I've let off that gas. Done my living, I've learned from my past. Raised my family, and I taught them how to breathe. Thank God for them one more day. Oh, thank God for that one more day. I thank God for one more day.
That's one of my favorites of your new ones. And then, of course, you know what my other favorite is.
Which one was that? Was
Well,
it Fire in Your Eyes?
No.
No, which one?
Well, I do like Fire in Your Eyes, too, but you know which one was my favorite you released to radio. Over here, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was 2 years ago.
I know. It doesn't matter, dude. I still play it. I still like that song.
Yeah, we have to play it everywhere we go because it fits the brand. You know, we're all about faith, family, and freedom. We actually
I got that sticker. Thank you.
solidified it to what we were going to do. And I've been meeting up with other buddies in the business that are. I almost wore a shirt tonight, but it's a little bit too tight. It looks like I'm working too hard. You know, or I'm trying too hard. Not working too hard, just trying too hard. So, but Landon Heights, I've been hooking up with him.
Oh man, I love Langdon's music, dude.
Yeah, he's all about faith and his family. And, you know,
Good.
And I got enough freedom. I got 3 veterans in the band. So,
Speaking of networking and doing that, then we invite you to come over and join Artist X Distro. That is www.artistex.co. And come join our free speech music industry first ever social media platform. And along with that, if you're a musician, you can distribute your music not just to the Texas stations, but worldwide. Currently to over 3,500 stations. We had 4,000, but when I ran that first thing, I realized I had about 500 contacts that need to be updated from my older lists and stuff like that, which happens. So you got about 3,500 stations right now, and we're adding to that list. We're scrubbing another database list that Dusty and Cynthia have teamed up on. And there's another 4,000 contacts that we got to scrub through. So hopefully we'll get 2,000 more good contacts from that. And then there's another list behind that we're scrubbing.
very nice.
So, man, we are working on building that database right now and getting all of that structure up. That's why we're in the beta test phase. If you join for $199 a month now, you will lock in $69 distribution for the rest of your life and access to the social media platform. There are some private boards that are on there, like Find a Gig is a private board for paid subscribers, obviously only. So musicians that want to go in there and network in live music venues, it's a place for them to connect with artists directly without a middleman and negotiate their own deals. There's also sites in there that are for radio personalities, radio promoters. There's boards in there that are for just the artists. There's a green room that's for artists only. If you're not an artist, you can't get in there. So a lot of cool things that we're rolling out with that first application in its beta phase. And yes, there will be bugs that need to be fixed. So let's just go ahead and get that out there. But I can't wait for that to get all the bugs worked out of that to be running smoothly, get over that mail limitation thing, which that company is working on for me now. They said it was just one little error, and it was on them. They admitted it.
I mean, at least they're willing to take ownership on it.
And they made it right. They took 50% off of what I'd already paid.
There you go.
And applied a 50% credit to my next month's bill. So, I mean, I'm letting them try before I decide to pull out and do another company.
Oh, yeah. They want to keep that business while they can.
Well, they already saw, right out the rip on, 2,500 and then another list of 1,000 going out. And they were like, whoa, yeah, you've got 3,500 contacts. We didn't know you were going to come on strong like that.
Yeah.
We weren't quite prepared. I said, I told you it could be up to 10,000. But I didn't want to rip out a big release like that right off the rip. I want to get 2 or 3 in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, the ideal thing is to release 3 or 4 artists at a time because, your email counts. But anyway, that's a whole different side of the industry that I'm diving into.
Hey, a lot of people that are listening or watching or that tune into this are people that want to get that kind of information.
Well, sure.
To pay attention to.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing your traditional distribution, through CD Tex or a CDX even has quite a big database and network they can get your music out to. And there's a ton of distribution services, but what we wanted to do differently was, yes, of course, be able to get you to all the Texas stations, but to add a little oomph to it, we're going nationwide with it and worldwide.
Very nice.
In our networks. So yeah, I mean, you got 3 different industry professionals that have agreed to work together and, help each other. It's amazing what you can do with a strong network, and that's what Artist X is all about, is about building networks and bringing the industry together.
Oh yeah. It's always good when people are all on the same page, trying to go in the same direction, and they're all just trying to make everything better, and it's people who have been in the business and they understand different sides of the business, and they're just like, all right, this is where we always end up hitting our speed bumps or our traffic jams, or where everybody runs into the wall and they have to back up and stop acting like they're drunk and start walking through the doorway instead.
Well, and to be fair, when I first dug into this back industry stuff, man, I didn't know what all they go through, and I've learned. Trust me.
Yeah,
these past 3.5 years, I have learned.
There's a lot of unnecessary hurdles, but
it is what it is, man.
They ended up getting there somehow, So they built something, and then that thing fell in the way.
Well, and I mean, yeah, there's stuff that happens like that, and then there's there's people that come along and do things like I do, and sometimes it shakes things up or whatever. It might cause some ripples or whatever, but it's not for that. It's all about the artists. It's all about getting the industry tightened up and getting us all networking and working together, and that's what we're trying to do, and give the most bang for the buck for the services that artists do have to pay for. So yeah. So hopefully we will see you soon on that platform, Mr. Wimer.
Yeah, we just got to get everything squared away to figure out where our budget lies, but we're always open to bigger and better and more streamlined things, because
just a different way to get your music to people that would have never got to hear it.
And on top of that, we're not even locked into just only pushing in Texas as it is. We're going to have the band out in Oklahoma this year. We're going to have, I'm doing some solo stuff in Colorado and in Arizona. So
what opened my eyes to that, Chuck, was guys like Manzi Lowry and Gus Clark that are touring predominantly outside and bringing back bigger paychecks than the ones that are busting their butt here in Texas. And hearing the reports of some of these rooms really pay well.
Yeah, and then some of them don't pay nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's everywhere though. There's give and take, but I mean, like, these guys have been doing this for several years. It's not like they just started doing it and they're getting lucky. I mean, like pre-COVID, man, it was even sweeter.
Oh yeah,
like everything.
You got to take advantage of the knowledge that's already out there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
That's right. All right. Well, what else you got for us, man?
Well, we had this mutual acquaintance, good friend of both of ours, Mr. Mikey Good, and Mikey was kind enough to work on a song with me, and this one's going to be on the next album. I brought this idea to him, and Jenny and Mac both shot me down on my idea for it, but I had an idea of Don't Ask Me to Dance, because I don't want to be alone tonight, which for me it was, and me and Mikey both had the idea, because we both agreed it's don't ask me to dance because I'm gonna make bad decisions. But apparently it was too cerebral, so we changed it. Don't ask me to dance. I just want to be alone tonight. And but me and Mikey, we still had our idea. We wanted to make the guy, the subject of this song, we wanted to make him the cockiest son of a gun you ever met in your life. So if you listen to the words, you're gonna catch on that this guy's kind of full of himself. That was kind of what was fun about it. So this one will be coming out this year as well. It's not the new album.
No, I shouldn't be here, standing in this bar. Never should have climbed into my old car. Should have said, oh, Mike, I told myself I would. But I just need to drink me, that's all I want to do. Had no intention till I saw you. Now my common sense is gone and it's probably for good. The way you look to me with those blue eyes, you look so dang good in that neon light. So don't ask me to dance, I just want to be alone tonight. 2 steps is all it's gonna take to change my mind. It's me around that hardwood floor. Yeah, we might have the time of our lives. So don't ask me to dance, I just want to be alone tonight. call your friends, just pretty little smiling Lord me. I'm hypnotized by the way you sway to the beat. This is your last chance to walk away, 'cause I'm telling you, girl, now if you stay, you're gonna just have to sweep you right off your feet. This might sound like a bigger lie, but I'm doing everything I can not to make you mine. Don't ask me to dance, I just wanna be alone tonight. 2 steps is all it's gonna take to change my mind. Every spin around that hardwood floor, yeah, we might have the time of our lives. So don't ask me to dance, I just wanna be alone tonight. This is gonna be your last warning. Don't blame me about what you see in the morning. Don't ask me to dance, I just wanna be alone tonight. 2 steps is all it's gonna take to change my mind. Every swing around that hardwood floor, girl, we might have the time of our life. So don't ask me to dance, I just wanna be alone tonight. Every swing around that hardwood floor, girl, you're gonna have the time of your life. So don't ask me to dance, I just wanna be alone tonight.
Oh, thank you. Caught Mark with a taco. Since he's still chewing on food, let me go ahead and play that song he likes so much.
Said goodbye. We get on our plane, we see you cry. Don't know if we'll be back again. Say it's hard. This place they got us going. We take comfort in knowing you're on our side. Do our job. Sometimes with heart, sometimes with guns, sometimes it's hard. Oh, but we still have our fun when times are done. There's still a job that needs to do, so we push right on through until it's done. They don't talk like we talk, need the things we do. We move through their crowds and they run away. We've got wars on both sides, we keep to ourselves. Staying quiet don't mean that we don't care. Feels like we're not wanted over here. We get home, reunited with a family still alone. We can't share what we've been through, we hold it in. They say that we have a disorder, 'cause the media reporter can't explain. They don't talk like we talk, need the things we do. We move through their crowds and they run away. We've got wars on both sides, we keep to ourselves. Staying quiet don't mean that we don't care. Feels like we're not wanted over here. And the politicians say we'll never win. my country, and I'll do it all again. For people talk like I talk, need the things I do. I move through that crowd to nowhere. I've got wars on both sides, and I keep to myself. No, I don't say much, but I still care. Even if I'm still not born over here. Even if I'm still not born over here. Oh, I wish that I was born there over here.
Yes, sir. That's the one.
Thank you, guys.
Good song, dude.
Thank you.
I still enjoy hearing that one. So, yeah, you caught me, actually, it wasn't a taco, bro. You caught me with my hangover burger, which is my favorite burger from Goofy's. It comes with an egg on it. Gene would like that. And bacon, you know, so there's extra protein up on there, Gene. Yeah, man, I was thinking of you. Other than the bun, I was doing all right. And extra pickles. Pickles are all right, except for the sodium, right? Okay, all right. So pickles are good. All right. Man, dude, Gene knows, man. Gene knows. He knows that stuff.
All you healthy people out there, all I do is just stop eating.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, right. It works, but not always the way that we want it to, right?
Yeah, until I come in today when I've got, I'm all stuffed up and everything. I'm like, shoot, man, I can't even brag about how I never had to take care of myself. But apparently I did.
Yeah. Again, summer cold got you, dude.
The allergies, and I didn't stop them in time. And, so we made it through last night, and we're making it through today. It's not like an old man today, though. That's what it is.
Nah, you're all right. You're all right. You're doing all right.
Yeah, we'll make it through.
All right. Well, we got time for maybe 3 we could squeeze in.
3?
Yeah, but I'm gonna see where. Well, first of all, man, tell people where they can find you. Y'all don't forget to call your local and internet radio stations and request Dive Bar by Chuck Wimer, and let's help them climb on up those Texas charts.
Yeah, we've already come off to a strong start, man.
I saw that, man. You launched out of the gates on that one.
57, 59, and 10. We made it to 10 on the Texas Internet Radio Show. We were pretty excited about that. That was nice to see.
Busted right through.
Yeah.
Like a bomb went off.
Yeah, it's always nice to see when you get up there and you see all the names around you. You're like, oh man, I love all these people and I love all their music. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm on the same. My name's sitting there next to them. That's still exciting to me. Well, here's one we had. This is one we put out before we put out One More Day. This is, I don't know if anybody likes whiskey. This is a great song for you. Called Whiskey, Texas and You. And that's why we put out the podcast for the same thing, just so we keep on marketing this song.
May not have a whole lot to my name. Guess this life I lead leaves me plain. For all my faults, I know this much is true. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. Never try to make me what I'm not. Tell me you don't care about what I got. It don't matter if the car I drive is new. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. And I can sit out on the porch and stare up at the sky. Get out on that open road and drive 500 miles. It don't matter where we go, It don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, you. Here we go. Love to hear my name roll off your lips. Taste that Becca Creek after a sip. You got me hooked on everything you've been doing. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. And I sit out on the porch and stare up at the sky. Get out on that open road and drive 500 miles. It don't matter where we go. It don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. It don't matter where we go. It don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and By the way, I have an alcohol-free act. I love all the free alcohol you want to send my way.
There you go. Mostly them clear alcohols that come in them clear plastic bottles, right?
Oh no. We like whiskey.
Oh, what name you want the whiskey?
Only whiskey. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, I like vodka. I don't like rum.
Do you still mix them in the white monster?
I don't. No, I'm neat all the way. No ice, no nothing.
He's
Just
become a snob.
I have my lead player Thomas. He teases me about it all the time. He's like, it just ain't right. This guy's always like, because he wants to mix it with Coke or whatever he wants to do. And then my bass player, he's a Knott Creek guy, which that's a Kentucky bourbon. Anyway, yeah, I'm a snob. I like all the Texas bourbons, and I haven't found a Kentucky bourbon that really matches anything that we've got in Texas. You know, Slow River Blend. Garrison Brothers. Oh my gosh, here we go. I got a friend already.
Look at that! You opened your mouth, and now they're hooking you up.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming in and checking it out too. We appreciate you being part of the live studio audience. And thank you all that are listening at Texas Internet Radio and watching either live stream or on the Sebby TV Network. We appreciate y'all as well.
I apologize. When I say I'm a snob, I sip, I don't shoot. So, yeah, I want to make that last a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Savor the flavor, baby. We got time for one more, Chuck.
One more.
What do you want to take us out with? And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the sticker. Oh, and I got your package in the mail. I told you, our mail person, I just got it like last week.
Yeah.
Thank you for the koozie.
That's okay. I'm glad it didn't come back. We got some of those came back.
That's what your wife was saying.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, you would think that they would just send us a bill, but instead they'd send it back to us and they're like, you owe us 16 cents. And then they mail it out again for the 16 cents that we had to it. Like, whatever.
That's not very efficient workflow, is it, Mr.
No, it's terrible. You know,
it's a lot of extra work.
You guys want something fun, or you want something that
Good
make you cry?
Cheese. What do y'all want? Fun or
you want something fun, or you want something that make you cry? All right.
They said fun. It's Sunday. It's fun day. Sunday fun day. Fun day.
So I wrote this song, and again, Mikey Good helped me out with this one as well. He helped me figure out a couple of lines on here, so he gets 2 cuts on my album. I was making fun of Nashville, right? Because I'm a Texas artist, and we kind of do things a little different. And I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and somebody's like, Nashville's putting out all the music they can still radio. And I said, well, I could write a Nashville song. It ain't gonna take nothing, right? And then I got with Mac, and we have this rule where he can take me, because he likes to do that Nashville stuff, and he'll take me all the way up to the edge of Nashville, and then he's got to bring me back on the Texas side. So we put a steel guitar in or something like that. But this is a song that I wrote kind of making fun of the stuff that was coming out of Nashville, and then it ended up being pretty good. So we put it out. It's on streaming. It's called What About That Guitar?
strings and a long chest, sitting on the beach and passing the time. Fifth wheel on the double deck, watching the sun sink below the horizon. Sack of wood and some gasoline lit the night in golden red. Into the water, never seen nothing hotter when you turned to me and said, what about them guitar strings? Do you think you can make them ring? Do you think you can try to sing? The last song I've been waiting all night to hear, boy, you ought to know. I heard it once on the radio. It's the one that makes my heart go. Bump, bump, pitter, patter on down the road. Just give me a second. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But what about that guitar, though? Flip flops and bikini tops sure look good in the pale moonlight. Sat and talked as the hours passed, and I knew things were going alright. Trying to get that second birthday was the only thing in my head. When you stood up, I almost filled my cup, so I grabbed your hand and said, what about these guitar strings? Girl, I bet I can make them ring. You know, I bet I can try to sing. But that song you've been waiting all night to hear, yeah, I ought to know. You heard it once on the radio. It's the one that makes your heart go. Bump, bump, pitter, patter on down the road. Just give me a second. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Well, what about that guitar though? Funny how the time drags on when you're chasing that perfect light. But it sure leaves forward when you're giving yours to the girl you want to make a wife. What about these guitar strings? Girl, I bet I can make it ring. You know, I bet I can try to sing. That song you've been waiting all night to hear, yeah, we ought to know. We heard it once on the radio. It's the one that makes our hearts go. Bump, bump, pitter, patter on down the road. Just give me a second. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, girl, give me a second. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But what about this guitar, though?
Y'all make some noise for your friend and my friend, Mr. Chuck Wimer. Chuck, man, great seeing you, Jamie and Matthew. Matthew, thank you for coming with the folks, man. I know you probably have way better things to do than hang out with Uncle Mark's potty mouth, but like I learned how to take over that football team. Congratulations on starting quarterback position there, young man. Proud of you, dude. Keep up the hard work. And
Thanks, brother.
we're going to get on out of here, but we will see y'all next time around right here. I'm the lovely, lovely. Hey, Chuck, I know you got that. You look like you got something to say to me.
I just want to say thanks for having me back out again. I appreciate you, brother.
Anytime. Yeah, man. Anytime. But yeah, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to go do whatever people do when they're trying to wind down a Sunday and get ready for next work week. I don't know, man. It all blurs together for me, so I don't know one day from the next. But for the rest of y'all, have a great week. And next week we will most likely not be live. I'm not going to guarantee it. We may go live for Gus's benefit. You never know. Might be fun to do that and just show a different angle of what we do. So if you're going to be in the area, we'd love to have you out. Help raise money for a good cause. That's for Mr. Gus Clark, and that'll be next weekend here at this time in this station or wherever you're watching from. We'll see you next time. Y'all take care. Say bye-bye, Chuck.
See y'all later.
You are clear, sir. Yes.
They're already living by the thrill of the game. You know she's all that I'm real up. Red glass door is Houston rodeo. Burning brown is fire in her eyes. See those dreams in her real life. My baby's on the ride.